Yo, Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it.
Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, I'm dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's airspace that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here, I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yo, salute, peace, everybody. Knicks Real Talk, let's get it in the building. About to get it popping tonight, man. Salute to everybody. About to break this Knick thing down tonight, man. Get ready to go into training camp in another week. So we excited about everything, man. So first and foremost, salute to everybody out there. Hope y'all had a great Thursday. You know, y'all doing well, man. Ready to get in here with Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it and get it popping. It's your man, Divine. You already know. Sean KJ events. Hopefully be in the building a little later on, man. But right now, I'm in the building, about to get it popping. Let's do it, man. Season's almost upon us. Another week is about ready to get it popping, man. Knicks basketball will be back on the forefront in another month or so, man. But training camp starts next week. And, you know, I'm ready to get into it, man, see what's going on with our Knick team, man. I think we're going to be all right this year. I know we didn't make a lot of things happen from a down the middle standpoint, but I still think the Knicks is going to be all right. So we're going to get into it, man, break it all down. My thing tonight, man, I want to talk about some key players in the game. You know, I think it's going to be important right here for us tonight to get into it, man. Right here we go. The keys to the success this year, Cam Reddish, Quentin Grimes, quickly and Obi Toppin. Are we going to ship out? Are we just tripping out with the trading thing and talking about Evan Fournier, talking about Julius Randle, and talking about Derrick Rose, man? So hopefully they shipping them out, or we just tripping out. We'll see, man. We're going to talk about all that tonight. But right now, man, y'all in the building with me. We're going to get it popping. We're going to, you know, talk about what's going on, moving ahead. Obviously, we got a big week coming up in New York sports. We got the Mets in the pennant race making it happen. Yankees and Aaron Judge chasing home run records. We got the Giants and the Cowboys Monday night. So, you know, New York sports is popping right now. The metropolitan area is hollering with sports, man. Everybody doing pretty well. So hopefully our Knicks can bounce off all this good energy that's flowing through the metropolitan area and have a good season like they make the Yankees, the Mets, the Rangers, everybody, man. So let's get it, man. Let's talk about it. Like I said, man, I want to talk about these young guys that we got coming up on this thing, man. That thing will be real important to the Knicks season, man, for that wing position. I really do think it's going to be important that these guys come in here and make it happen, man. So I do want to talk about these young guys tonight. I think they're going to be pretty important to the team, man, and moving forward. And first and foremost, man, these guys is really important to us, man. So let's talk about these four guys I'm talking about right here. Like I said, man, Obi Toppin, Cam Reddish, you know, quickly and Quentin Grimes. These guys are going to be a real integral part of what we're doing this year, man. Real talk, because I think they're going to play a major role in how the Knicks operate this year. For you know, what they're gonna do, man. I think these guys is the reason why they're here, because they are young, talented guys who think can make a big impact on what the Knicks is doing this year. So let's hope these four guys get in here and get it popping. We talk about them, man, and let's do it, man. Real talk. So I'm definitely down to see what's gonna go on with these guys, man. First and foremost, Cam Reddish is an important part of this thing, man. Knowing him, you know, he's on a contract year, man. Without there in a lot of trade speculation going over the summertime, but obviously he made it to training camp so far. And if we headed to the season, I'm really looking forward to big things to him. But first, I get into everything, man. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Chef NYK, Cash Out James, and one of my brothers, man, can't be another, man. CT from the streets of Bubbling. Thank you for checking in, man. Y'all know CT doing big things down there on the Knicks Buzz. So y'all make sure y'all hit CT up. CT, I love you, my brother. Thank you for checking me out, man. Appreciate you, real talk. But yeah, man, getting back to Cam Reddish, man. It'll be interesting what he's gonna do this year, man. That cat got a lot of talent. I'm hoping that he can, bring it all to the forefront this year and be a big part of this Nick thing, man, and be one of the keys to success. If he can come in here and get it popping, I'm really looking to see Cam Reddish do his thing this year, man. I'm hoping this guy can really have a full start coming out of training camp, opposed to last year when he just got here and he really couldn't get his foot wet because he got injured in the process of all that going on. But he's a really talented young man coming out of Duke, went to Atlanta in the draft. But obviously we traded him over here for Kevin Knox and the pick from Charlotte. But he's been here with us for a year. But I'm really see what he's gonna do, man. I think the cat got skills, he got game. If we can get that motor running, man, and bring that shooting percentage up this year, I think he's gonna be a good asset for what the Knicks gonna do this year. Because I think a lot of people think that because we didn't get Donovan Mitchell, they think we're not gonna be what we think we need to be. But I do think these young guys have really got a lot of good talent, and I'm hoping that it could pop, man. Yeah, I agree. Cash out, good chat, man. Yes, sir. I think that's what it's gonna be. I think Grimes gonna wind up getting that two guard spot, or Cam, or RJ Barrett moves down to the 2 and Cam Reddish takes the 3. So I would like that side of that lineup. I think that's real interesting. But Cam Reddish is talented, man. The cat he shot the ball pretty well in college. Had some really decent games down in Atlanta. And just when he was starting to get into his own last year for the New York Knicks, obviously the injuries took place when he fell, hurt his shoulder, and that put him on the sideline for the rest of the year. But the cat coming into training camp this year with the New York Knicks for a full season, healthy, got a chance to prove himself coming out the gate. So I'm really looking down to see what Tibbs going to do with this thing and how he's going to implement these guys, man, because I do think that Cam Reddish is going to have a major impact on what the Knicks do moving forward. So I think he's going to be a part of this thing, man. I'm really dying to see what it is, man. So let's hope that he really get his motors running, come into training camp with something to prove. Like I said, contract year, want to get a bag somehow, some way. So being that the Knicks didn't put him in any trades, is really, that means they might realize that this cat got something to bring to the table. So let's see how it goes, man. I'm really excited to see Cam Reddish get it popping. 6'8", pretty broad guy. Can shoot it from the outside, can put the ball on the floor. He's definitely the definition of what a wing player is in the NBA. I think he epitomizes what a wing is. 6'8", got shoulders, got size, got athleticism. He got a good shot, skilled player, got defense. So I think he's one of them players that to me personally think gonna have a good year, because I think he's playing for something. And I'm happy about that. That's the reason why I put these 4 guys in the keys to success tonight, because I think Grimes, Quickly, Obi, and Cam, they all playing for something, man. They playing to be able to maintain and move forward in their careers. So they want to show Tom Thibodeau and them and the Knicks run off of that. That's the reason why we're here. So that not all of them getting another year under their belt. Obviously, Cam Reddish going into his 4th year, and he's been around for a minute, but he's been around some talented players. Played with Trae Young and all them guys down there. So now he's coming to the Knicks playing with RJ Barrett and all these guys. So he's been around some talented dudes, and I'm really looking forward to see what he's gonna do. So let's hope Cam Reddish come out here in training camp and go in there and battle, man. Because if him and Grimes get a pop in the training camp, that's going to be a dilemma for some of these guys, man. Real talk. Let's see what Fournier going to go through now. The way it sounds like, if this thing popped with the way RJ, Cash out, excuse me, I'm gonna throw them videos up in the chat tonight, man, on the screen, and let y'all see that RJ workout clip and Julius Randle workout clip. So I'm gonna throw that up there for you, ladies and gents, to check that out. But I do think Cam Reddish and Grimes gonna come in there looking to really make a move in that starting lineup of that rotation, man. So Evan Fournier and them cats better come to camp ready, because these cats is hungry. So it's different when you're a 10-year, 11-year vet and you've been in the league. Well, I don't think you're gonna be hungry at these young guys. You know what I mean? And I think Cam Reddish is gonna be hungry, gonna be determined. Let's hope this cat can get it popping, man. Like I said, his field goal percentage over his career hasn't been the best, but let's hope that this cat come in here, man, and show and prove for the Knicks and make some things happen. Cam Reddish is a talented cat, like I said. You look at his numbers overall. Like I said, the most important thing for Cam Reddish is right here in that field goal percentage spot. He got to get that field goal percentage up in the 2-point area. He can get that thing up to around 42, 43, and get that 3 ball up to pretty much where he shot it last year or higher. 35%. He had 1 year, he had 37% in 2021-22 with Atlanta anyway. So if he can get back to them Atlanta numbers with that 37.9%, almost 38% from 3, get that field goal percentage up to maybe 43, and that'd be awesome. You know what I mean? The cat really do something. I think the numbers go up. That 11-9 probably could turn into 13, 14, 15 a game. He shoot the ball great from the foul line. As you see, his charity strike numbers is pretty awesome. 90 last year. His career, he's shooting 84%. So that's definitely not a problem for the Knicks from that standpoint, whereas he shoots that ball pretty well from the charity stripe. So if he keep driving to the hole, getting fouled, going to the charity stripe, I think that helps the game out as well. His rebound numbers is decent. I think they can get better 3.3 rebounds a game in his career. Get them assist numbers up a little bit. But I think with the more time, if Tom Thibodeau unleashed the brother and give him more time and let him do his thing, I also do think that that's going to work out for him as well. So I really like what he brings to the table. Yeah, absolutely, Chef. And why competition is always good for training camp. That's what I'm most excited about, to be honest, Chef. It's going into training camp with all this competition, man. That's what's going to bring out the best in everybody, make them want to compete harder, fighting for a job or fighting to get into the rotation. So it's going to be a lot of battling going on, a lot of competition in the building. So I'm really excited about the way I'm excited about training. I can't wait till next week, man. See them cats in them the blue jerseys or the gray ones or the green ones, whatever, they're trying to get it popping, man. So I think it's gonna be fun next week, man. I'm really looking forward to it. And next thing you know, man, preseason to be here and the season start. But Cam Reddish got a lot to prove, real talk, and I think he's gonna be able to go in there and make it happen. Salute to my man Child, JD, Johnny Davis, Cash Out, Chef Nick, everybody. Salute to you guys. Thank y'all for coming in right now, man. Appreciate it. Y'all know what to do, man. Hit that like, subscribe, coming out the door, man. But that's that one guy that's gonna have an interesting year for the Knicks. I think he will pop. I think Cam Reddish gonna be able to hit this rotation and hit it running. Because like I said, he coming in with a fresh start. He not coming in halfway through the season, having to wait till Tom Thibodeau fill out his game and put him in his lineup. Now he coming in with a clean slate. All he got to do is go in training camp and bust somebody's butt, and that's it. Then he there. So I'm really excited about him, man. And then that next guy as well, moving forward, Quentin Grimes is another man that I'm really looking forward to have a great training camp. He's coming into it with his second year, ready to get a pop and everything. He highly sought about the Knicks, man. I hear a lot of good things about Quentin Grimes. Obviously they didn't put him in the Donovan Mitchell trade because they really value what he can do on both sides of the floor. His defense is impeccable. His offense, that 3-point shot is just as good as anybody's in the league to me. Him and Fournier shot around about the same thing last year from the 3-point line, pretty much 38%, 39%. So I think the Knicks is really, really valuing what he could do with that 3-point shooting as well as his defense in the game, which is going to make pretty interesting for how they deal with this Fournier thing. You know what I mean? And so I'm excited to see that, man. I think Quentin Grimes got a lot to prove, man. What I mean by that is he going up against a cat in that same position. Not only him, but Emmanuel quickly as well. They both in that position with Evan Fournier. Being that the Knicks is so versatile, they could throw RJ at the 2, they could throw Fournier at the 2, quickly at the 2. So Quentin Grimes is gonna come in there. I think he's coming in there to prove that he got to be either that starting 2 guard or that backup 2 guard. So let's see what the Knicks do with that situation. But he looks good, man. The cat bulked up on he looked diesel, man. His body is ripped. He's one of the few guys. I've seen in the off season that's working on his defense. I mean, you see a lot of guys putting up shots and all that stuff. I've seen this cat working on his defense in the off season. So that's really interesting to me to see somebody who's really focused on something that they really do well, and that's their defense. So I'm looking for him to lock a lot of gats down in that 2-guard spot. That's what's interesting to me, man. Is that the guys like Quentin Grimes, much as we don't realize how good he is with the 3-point shot, but think about when he's going up against opposing guards in the league. We talk about these high talent these high talent 2 guards in the league. We got some talented 2 guards in the league. This cat coming in here going up against these cats on a daily basis and locking them down, man. So we're gonna get it. I'm happy about this young man, man. He's another sleeper. That's why I put him in one of them keys to success, because I think he's another guy that's gonna be a key to success in the Knicks team moving forward. We really need this guy's energy, his talent, his skill set, his shooting. I think he almost makes Evan Fournier irrelevant to me. That's just my personal opinion. But Evan Fournier, we need him anyway. He's a good talent player. But Quentin Grimes, man, for $2 million, that way that cat should play the ball. I think the Knicks probably got something there, man. But listen, let me bring in my partner in crime. He's always in here doing this thing. Shaw Powers, what's good, my brother? How you doing tonight?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. I'm glad you got to get here, but I know you're grinding all day long, man. Glad you made it in and everything like that. But yeah, man. Yeah, true indeed, man. CT, these guys are in the gym early, brother. They are, man. This whole off season, they've been putting in work. You know, and let's see if it translates to the court. You know what I mean? See if it translates to the court. But they have been putting in work, CT, man. Real talk, they've been in the gym all summer. Cats is looking, then every cat I've seen out of New York so far look like they got 6-packs. You know what I mean? They ripped. So I mean, quickly, all of them, Julius, RJ out there doing it. I mean, all these cats, man. I'm happy about the culture that's going on in New York. Let's just hope that it translates to wins. You know what I mean? We don't know yet until we put all this stuff together, Shaw Powell, and we all get in training camp. Then they get to the preseason. So as of right now, the culture looks good. You know what I mean? The culture looks good. Let's see if we can translate and it can come in gel and get into the season and we get some wins under the belt, brother.
Yeah, for real, Divine. I'm one of the biggest things that I'm hoping for this year, man, is to see a big breakout year for a couple of these guys. The one guy in particular that you were just talking about, for Cam Reddish. I think Cam Reddish needs to get out there and really, show what he has, man, because this is a make or break year for him, man. And I'm hoping that there's a lot of speculation out there. There's some good guys out there talking about it, like Ian Begley was talking about. It's possible that we may see that lineup of RJ with Reddish and Brunson out there. So I've been talking about that for a long time, man. So I hope that comes into fruition, man. I hope that really breaks the line. I hope he breaks the line and makes it into that starting unit, man. To see him out there with those, that's a big starting front court right there. They're a big long team, and like you were saying, Cam Reddish is very athletic. He's got way bigger this year. The only thing he has to do is tweak his percentages, man. With more time, I believe he could possibly get out there and really be an effective force on the New York Knicks. So that's what I'm hoping for, man. I think, and like you said, Devon, all these guys are coming in healthy this year. They're looking big. They're looking stronger. You even hear the chirps about Derrick Rose dropping his weight down to about 190 pounds, like when he first came into the league. This is going to be an awesome team coming out of the box, and with the camaraderie that they have together, man, I think they're gonna get out and they're gonna change some people's minds about how they put them down and 10th, 11th spot this year.
Yeah, real talk. Great analogy. See, Shaw, that's on point right there. Because them cats really have been doing it, man. Like I said, you look up and down Twitter, man, these cats is really, really, really doing their thing, man. And I just love the culture that's there. And like I said, it got to translate on the court. But I do think that when you work hard, you put in the work, you get results. If you don't put the work in, you don't get results. These cats is putting in work. So it got to translate to results, because you're not going to put all this work in and if it don't translate to results. And I think the harder you work and the more you learn, the better you become. And right now, I think that's what these guys are doing, man. They in the off season putting the work in, and I'm excited about it. And that's a good one right there, man, child. I mean, that's a dangerous team right there. That Brunson, RJ, Cam, Randall, or Obi and Mitch. That's a good team, man. I like what they bring to the table there. So, and even if, with Grimes as well, I mean, with that 3-point shooting, the start lineup, you got, but I like the one right there, because I think that RJ and Brunson is a good backcourt, because RJ makes up for what Brunson's a little smaller size in the backcourt. Obviously, RJ look like he's about 6'8" now. It really looks like it's gonna be a part of this thing. So I like that. I do like that. Great put out there, man, child. I think a lot of guys in the chat been feeling the same way about what you put up there. Gerald, salute to you as well. Gerald, salute to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all getting here, getting the popping with us, man. Knicks Real Talk, let's get it. We in the building. Divine, Shaw, we in here doing our thing. Salute to KJ and Vince, man. I know you out there grinding, man. So salute to you. A CT Real Talk, man. Harkenstein, he's another guy that we get to down the line. And I think he's going to be a great acquisition to the Knicks. He's a guy that we got coming out of training camp that the Knicks didn't have last year because Noel was injured. And I think that's just so key to me and so important, Shaw Powell, that guys like CT putting in Harkenstein, he's that Noel who wasn't available for us at the beginning of the year last year. 20 games out of 82 games last year. You know what I mean? So having that backup guy like Harkenstein, that CT got in there, to me just makes the Knicks even more stronger. So I like things like that coming out the gate. Let's hope we get it popping. But just getting back to my man Quentin Grimes, I do like what he brings to the table. CT, Shaw Powell's part of me. I like what he brings to the table, man. I'm really looking forward to this cat, man. I think he's going to have one of the most improved type years for the Knicks. You know, that was rookie year last year, man, and obviously he suffered an injury at the end of the year with his knee, but he's been in the offseason really getting it, man. I mean, this cat he's the quintessential two guard in New York, and I think he's gonna be really important. He's gonna give Fournier a challenge in training camp. You can best believe that, because I think this cat can shoot just as good as he can. Got the defense, put the ball on the floor. I think his game is underrated. Is underrated when it comes to people just kind of say he's a 3-and-D guy. I think he's much more than that. I think the cat got playmaking skills. If you look at some of his highlights from last year, the way he threw them live, the way he's effective with that passing. So we can really put all that together. I mean, the Knicks got mad combo guards in New York. I think he's gonna wind up him and Quickly's gonna be one of the main combo guards in New York next year. So I'm hoping to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I got high hopes for Quentin Grimes this year. Even if we do not make the move and start Cam Reddish, I believe to implement Quentin Grimes into that starting unit is going to really elevate the team as well. He's a defensive hawk. He plays one-on-one defense, team defense. The guy can shoot the lights out, and I think with a little bit more time on the court, even though he's a young guy, I think a little bit time on the court will solidify his skill level this year. He was one of the guys that I said is going to be one of the shining lights on the Knicks team this year. Starting or coming off the bench, I think he's going to be very effective. I think he's going to be able to do some things that we didn't see him do last year that he did in the summer league this year. And if the Knicks run any type of schemes like they played in summer league, this team is going to be lethal. These guys are young. These guys are going to start catching people 84 from foul line. I mean from backcourt to backcourt. We got a really good crew right here. And once again, I must say this, man. These guys have played together for a couple of years now. So I think the effectiveness, and once they get into the gym and start playing again once again with each other, I think these guys are going to be really effective, and I think they're going to jump out the gate in the beginning of this season. Quentin Grimes, man, I can't say nothing. The only guy that I've seen looking, at a lot of Knicks stuff that had a clip of him playing just defense. This guy was the only guy that I seen just had. One of his things out there, and you just see him going over screens, coming under screens, playing up front on guys, hands out, playing side to side defense and stuff like that. The guy's going to be incredible this year, man. The one thing about Quentin Grimes, this is only going to be his second year, and the only reason why I would not mind him being in the starting lineup. The only thing that I'm hoping for is for him to have 1 year to play that second unit with IQ. I think the second unit with IQ, Grimes, Fournier, Obi Toppin, and Isaiah is a better second unit for us. That's what I believe. You have some guys out there that can shoot. You got IQ out there that can shoot. You got Grimes out there that can shoot. You got Fournier out there that can shoot. If Obi Toppin comes in and he can hit 35% from 3-pointers this year, another guy that can shoot. Hartenstein, is another guy that can pull the offense out to the 3-point line to open up lanes for these guys. So it's this team this year. We only added 2 players, man. And if you look at a lot of the teams that have been out, that added players this year, they added 3, 4, 5 guys. And I just say this, and I say this as being a Knicks fan. These guys that went on for Boston. You see, Boston got a lot of people. You got Atlanta added a couple of people, and so on and so forth. They have to gel. They have to get together. Get to know where everybody needs to be, find out where their point guards and the guys on the court have to find out where they need to be to prosper. And I think that's going to take a little bit of time. And I think with us, we already know a lot of the starter unit. If we if we keep Reddish as a starter year, or if we start with Grimes, these guys have played at least a year or two together, man. I think we just gonna and we just gonna I think we're gonna prosper this year. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens this year. And training camp is only a couple of days away.
Yeah, real talk, man. I agree, man. This team got a lot of camaraderie because they've been together, and I think Jalen Brunson, because he's been around Tibbs and them so long, and them guys obviously have been working out in the summer league. I'm not summer league, excuse me, in the summertime, going into the Bronx running game. Or they say he don't work out with Brunson and them, so he's gonna be like a smooth transition to me. I think he's gonna be one of the most easiest transitions for anybody. Is Jalen Brunson, just due to the fact he's familiar with the culture that Tom Thibodeau do. His dad know about it. His dad been around it for years since they were back down. They was playing for the Knicks. Obviously, he was helped coaching when he was in Chicago. So Jalen Brunson gonna have a really smooth transition. So I agree with you. It's not like Devontae Murray going over to Atlanta or this
Facts.
guy here. This guy is already locked into what Tibbs do. And so I think that's going to be just a smooth transition overall. So I don't think we're going to have a camaraderie or chemistry issue when it comes to the Knicks this year, because I do think that, like you said, other than Hartenstein and him, this whole team been together for the last couple of years. So I think it's going to be a really smooth transition on that note. But for us, Quentin Grimes, man, let me just throw up some things on Quentin Grimes for what he did on the court. And I do think that this right here is for me is what I'm looking for. This right here, Shop House. Obviously, you want to see the minutes go up. The field goal percentage, you want to see that kind of climb up to the higher 40s, maybe the mid 40, 43, 44 if he can. The whole Knicks team need to do that anyway, because they all shot pretty bad last year. But I'm impressed by the 38% last year from three. Like I said, this cat, he can knock him down with the best of them. And I really believe that. So he definitely got to get better at the foul tech line, the free throw line, excuse me. That foul tech percentage is kind of low for somebody who shoot that good with a good stroke like that. So hopefully that just was an anomaly, because he came into his rookie year, trying to get his feet wet in the NBA. It's a different thing than playing in college. But if he can get that thing up to 75, I think he should be around 80% the way he shoot the ball. So if he can get that up, man, with more minutes, obviously, and let's think about it. If he get more minutes, I think that 6 points a game obviously translate to maybe 12, 13. You know what I mean? So let's see how 16. It goes. Yeah, real talk. And if he can get them parts of his game together by them minutes, maybe going up to close to 25 minutes or 24, get them numbers higher in the field goal percentage, get that 3-point percentage roughly where that I'm comfortable with. He's shooting at 38. I don't have no problem with that. But if he can get up to 40, that's even better. But definitely that foul tech. You talk about if he get that up to 80%, depending on how much he goes to the line next year, them numbers right there on the end should be pretty much easy. His rebound numbers is decent, even though for the amount of time that he had. So I'm really comfortable with what he's going to be, man. He could be one of them guys that's most improved to me next year. Let's see if he can get a pop. And I do think Quentin Grimes is going to be pretty good in New York, man. So I'm really excited about him. And I think that's what it is, man. So that's one guy that I'm excited about. I think he's going to make a difference in New York. Him and Cam Reddish and these guys that I put up here talking about the keys to success, Obi Toppin and quickly, I think the Knicks going to go far as them cats develop. If them cats come into the season and have a breakout year, I really believe the Knicks going to be all right. I really do. See, we are stacked at the point guard now. Yeah, absolutely, man. We got a lot of cats in there, CT, that can play that position, man. And we got a lot of combo wisdom going there. I call it combo wisdom because IQ can play the one or the two. I don't know what's going to happen with Deuce and them with how thick this team is. I mean, it's going to be hard for a lot of these guys to crack the rotation. Let's hope they go into training camp and get it popping, because if you look at from where the Knicks is constructed right now with Jalen Brunson, most likely if they're going to be trying to fight for the playoff, I think Jerry Rose are quickly going to be that backup one. Obviously, so quickly going to be that combo guy that I'm really looking for. I think people sleeping on quickly. Out of all the guys we talked about, like I said last stream, Shop Howard, Emmanuel quickly, he's another guy that I think that a lot of people they I don't want to say the Knicks fans are sleeping on him, but I think he also gonna have a really interesting year coming out of the gate with training camp, again, third year for the Knicks, coming in there and ready, showing fruit in his third year. I think he's gonna be a really interesting dude for the Knicks, man. The Knicks is pretty solid because they got so much versatility. I mean, they can go the average guy we got. Even Cam Reddish could play 3-4. RJ could play 2-3. Grimes could play 2-3, or maybe 1-2-3. You never know. Or quickly could play 1-2. You know what I mean? So there's just so much versatility on this team, man. It's like I don't see the Knicks struggling in them areas with the wings because they got so much versatility. Obi Toppin probably can even go to the 3 if he needed to. So I'm really excited about him. But man, quickly the one I'm really excited about, man. This guy been putting in work for the first 2 years. for the Knicks. You know, the numbers got better from a rebound and assist percentage last year. I'll put them up in a minute, but I like what he brings to the table on both sides of the floor. Steve, Shaw Powell, I think he's gonna be all right in that position.
Yeah, IQ is the one guy that I believe this year will be known as sixth man off the bench, man. I think there's already speculations out there about him getting more minutes this year and more time to shine a little bit. So let's see what happens with IQ, man. You may even see you know, some parts of the game this year where you see IQ and Brunson out there running together. You know, so yeah, I have high hopes for IQ. The one thing that I'm hoping for is, I mean, we all as Knicks fans, you know, have hopes of what the Knicks can do, and so do I. And I hope that we can, one or two of these guys, you know, aside from the regular guys making their averages like a Randall. You know, that's really, if we could get Randall at 20, 22 points this year, if we could get Brunson at 17 to 20 points this year, if two or three of these guys, and it's a big hope, it's a big saying this right now, the hope of two or three of these guys really popping, like a Reddish popping, like a IQ popping, like a Grimes popping. You know, if we could get these guys to, you know, turn their levels up just a tad bit from last year. And another thing, like I always say, man, I do not believe that the New York Knicks are going to shoot as bad as they shot last year. For some odd reason, everyone shot under 40% last year. And I do not believe this year going into training camp or going into the preseason that the Knicks are going to shoot anywhere around 40%. I think the team this year will be closer to 45%. I believe you know, I believe the 3-point percentage will be closer to 36, 37% this year. You know, and this is all hoping that these guys pop. If these guys pop, we have a strong team. And like someone said in the chat, I forgot who it was, but this is the year to see what Obi does, what IQ does, what Grime does, you know, and so on and so forth, to see where we are and see where we're at. This year is a stock building year for these guys. And and one thing that I believe about this front office, man, I believe this front office has done this team well in the last 3 years. We missed out on a couple of things, and we made a couple of iffy moves, you know, with a couple of players that we picked up last year. But I think this team and Leon Rose is just ready to strike. We're going. I believe, I believe wholeheartedly in this front office from all the years before, of how the Knicks have you know, traded away all their players and traded away all their draft picks and stuff like that. And I believe in the next 1 or 2 years, man, we're going to get a big name player from Leon Rose, man. That is to be seen. So I just going to win it out. I think IQ is going to be awesome this year. I think he's going to take another step. Another guy that we talk about, he's bigger this year. And all those summer league games, you see he's shooting the lights out of teams and stuff like that. And I'm looking forward to seeing IQ really step his game up this year and be someone that could be in the running for most improved player as well.
Yeah, real talk, man. You look at the stats overall, man. And like I said, the year before his rookie year, he played 64 games. He got injured that year too. He got injured in the beginning of the season, so that kind of put a hamper on his season.
Yeah, very early.
Got injured, but he played 78 games last year. You know, that's where he got to work on too. Like I said, like you said, every one of them Knicks players. I mean, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, all of them. Till they was only around 40%. I think the league was pretty much around that average, because it had to be because of that change of that Wilson basketball, I guess. Because it seemed like everybody was shooting around 40% last year. He got to get that up to maybe 42, 43. Get it more respectable. His 3-point numbers, he need to get back to what he did in his rookie year. He shot almost 39% from three. If he could kind of replicate that next year, at least get to 37. What I do love about his rebound numbers went up from his rookie year. His assist numbers went up. You know, that was decent. You know, for only on playing 23 minutes, he got to 11 points a game, 3 rebounds. almost 3 rebounds, almost 4 assists. So I'm liking what he did there. And I think Amanda quickly, his defense was pretty decent last year. Like you said, he picking people up in the front court, in the back court. He just going baseline to baseline, picking cats up, man. Full court pressure. He got them long arms, and he got 6'3". I think he's gonna have a pretty decent year for Knicks. I'm hoping that he come out and just replicate what he did last year. And I think the Knicks is really high on him. They talking about him and Obi them getting extended minutes. So I think there's a lot of stuff going on in New York, man. But he's one of those guys that I'm really looking to see take another step in his career. Because you think about it, that 11.4 can easily be with another 3-point shot or driving in the lane now, getting that fold or getting a steal or whatever. That can easily be 14 points a game, easy. You know what I mean? So I think we can't underestimate that 11.4 points a game in only 23 minutes. If we do that same thing, but get you up to 14 points a game, them 3-point points a game that the Knicks gonna add to their situation just to make them a little better. So I'm excited about his maturation moving forward and what he can bring to the table. Yeah, it cash out. I can see that easily, brother. Real talk. 15 a game easy. I mean, this cat is in the gym. Look, like I said, he got the 6-pack going on. You see the picture of him and Jalen Brunson working side by side on the weights things, man. These cats are really locked in, man. And I know as us as fans, we try. I try to stay optimistic about things, and I try not to deal with the pessimistic stuff. But I know reality do sit in as well because the East is very talented. Let's not make a mistake. But here's one thing I do say, and I tell everybody: we might not got the best starting 5 in the league, but I think we got one of the better teams in the league. But our bench is decent. You know what I mean? Real talk. So I do think that we good for the whole team perspective thing. Maybe we don't got the KDs and the LeBrons and all these guys, but we got some talented players who got skilled. And if these cats, when I'm looking at what I've seen with RJ today and Randall in the gym today, I'm really stoked about what's going on, Shaw Powell. I think these cats can really be a little more better than people think and give them credit for.
Yeah, salute, man. Salute to Eddie Alvarez, Johnny Davis, Cash Out James. All you make valid points right now this year, man. This team, I know we all sitting here, we're talking from a New York Knicks fans perspective, but overall, man, the things that we all are saying is definitely can definitely prosper this year, man. I believe that 11 points that IQ made last year easily transitioned into about 15 points average in this year, 15 points average in this year. And I believe towards the beginning of the year last year for IQ was really hard, and especially once D Rose went out in December, and it made it harder for him because he had a little bit more on his plate that he had to pick up, and as a second year play, he had to learn a little bit more because D Rose wasn't there to kind of set him up and stuff like that. Towards the end of the year, this guy was lights out, man. This guy, the stats tell a little tale different. He had 3 rebounds, but I remember games he was grabbing 7, 8 rebounds. I remember games where he was having 6, 7 assists. Last year, towards the end of the year, he had 2 triple-double games. So I'm just saying I believe in IQ. I believe what IQ can bring to the court this year, and everybody is looking like young grown men. I mean, young men now. They were looking boyish a little fat in the cheeks and the face and stuff like that, a little plump around the muscles and stuff like that. These guys are tight this year. I don't think these guys are like, all these guys are like under 5% body fat this year, man. These guys are looking real shredded this year, man. So, I'm just hopeful, man. And I believe, because what I see these guys doing in the off season, it will propel themselves into the preseason and into the season this year.
Yeah, real talk. Yo, salute to the chat, man. Real talk, man. Eddie Alvarez, Parrish, my boy CT, the streets are buzzing. Y'all make sure y'all go down there and see CT doing great things down there. Hit the like and subscribe. Knicks Buzz. That's my boy. We ran the show together, man. I got love for you, CT. I appreciate you getting in tonight. But y'all go down there and Knicks Buzz, man. The streets are buzzing. Y'all already know how it do. Cash out and everybody. Met fans, let's get it in the building. Salute Met fans. Let's get it. Met Nick fan, let's go. Yeah, real talk, man. But yeah, I'm excited about it, man. I really am, man. What the Knicks got going on, it's gonna be a challenging year. It's gonna be, it's gonna be tough, but I do think we got some quality players. You know what I mean? It don't mean nothing until you get on the floor and you get in there and go against the competition. But what I do like about so far, I think going into training camp, they going up against each other as far as competition. I mean, Jalen Brunson going up against Derrick Rose, or Jalen Brunson going up against IQ. That's only gonna make either one of them better. You know what I mean? And my man Fournier going up against Grimes or against IQ. Only thing that can do is make them cats better. You know what I mean? Because you're going up against some good players. Ain't like you're going up against a bunch of G leaguers. You know what I mean? You're going up against some stiff competition. RJ Barrett gonna be pretty much being handled by Cam Reddish in training camp. Julius Randle versus Obi Toppin. What I mean is, so when they got on the different colored jerseys, you know what I mean? And one on the practice, one on the starting lineup, one on the second team, one on the first team. It's still competition. To me, that's just only getting them ready for the season, because they're gonna be battling each other. Yeah, hey Chef Nick, I'm hoping he can find a way to crack that thing, man, because this team is pretty deep, man. And I worry about Deuce and his minutes and all he got. They got some good guys down there, man. Keels and Jeffries, all them cats gonna be in training camp. Montero, all these guys, man. They gonna be in there trying to at least make the roster. But I hope Deuce can come in there and because it's gonna be tough for Deuce, man, especially with Derrick Rose still here. He'll be on the team. I don't know if he's gonna be able to be in a rotation because they that deep. That's why they got to make a move to me to get some of these guys out here, or a couple of the veterans. Don't get me wrong, we need the veterans. We need some veterans, but I think one of them or two of them could be expendable, because I think we got enough youth talent that's good enough to fill in them void for them. So I do think we got to do something there, man. But this next cat we're gonna talk about, man. He the Dayton Flyer, man. What can I say? Obi Toppin, another big year for this guy. Another big year for this guy. I really believe that. If he get the quality minutes that what they would talk about, we hear that out there as well. Tibbs looking to extend his minutes, so that means something. So he's another guy, man. I think that the NBA gonna be sleeping on. We just got some good young guys there, man. 8th pick in the draft. First year was not where he wanted to be. The second year he had a pretty good year last year. Especially when Julius Randle went down in the second half of the season, he was really getting it popping. Real talk, he had a popping at the end of the season, man. Cat dropped 42. He was just doing his thing, man. It seemed like every time he got over a certain amount of minutes, he was scoring 20 a game, shot powers. So I think his athleticism, his ability to run up and down the floor, I think he'll be a better rebounder this year. I'm really liking what he brings to the table, man. So I'm hoping this guy can really take another leap, man, and just add to the depth of what this team already has. So we got depth, but I think he can make a big impact. These 4 guys that I talked about tonight, but he's one of the main ones. The reason stopping it from being a playoff team or just trying to fight for the play-in. If any of these cats pop, I think the Knicks can be a playoff team.
There's no question about that, Divine, man. We got some players on this team that are as a team, them coming together makes them each other better. If you're playing team basketball, these guys are about being a team. And the one big thing that we have to really hope for this year is I've seen a couple people saying in the chat about Tibbs. We have to figure Tibbs has a hard role to go this year to try to figure out how to play these guys and give everybody the minutes that he needs to see on the court. And one of the biggest things I see with this team, I don't want Tibbs, me as a Knicks fan, I don't want Tibbs to burn some of these guys out. Last year, you seen Alec Burks playing 35, 36 minutes a game. You seen Julius Randle playing 35, 36 minutes a team. You've seen RJ Barrett playing 35, 36 minutes a team. And I know that was because of some of the players that backed them up last year and stuff like that. This year, all these guys are coming in healthy. Reddish is coming in healthy. Mitchell Robinson is coming in healthy. Obi Toppin is coming in healthy. RJ is coming in healthy. And I think everybody's going to have a great year this year, man. The one thing that I have to say about Obi Toppin, I hope that we see Obi Toppin at least 18 to 20 minutes a game this year. I hope we see him close to at least around 17 minutes and up to about 20, 21 minutes. So with that being said, it's all about how Tibbs rotates these players and give them minutes. We don't need to have Julius Randle playing a whole 11 minutes in the first quarter and stuff like that. We need to implement these guys, keep them fresh, and the best way and the best way to see them keep them fresh. And one thing I also want to see, man, I want to see Brunson run a little bit with Obi this year as well, man. I want to see Obi out there with Brunson. I want to see because I believe Obi has a chance to be another one of these most improved players this year. You know what I mean? If he grinds hard, he's looking rock solid. He's shooting the ball in these camps and in these things a little bit better than he did last year. If he's a runner, he's a gazelle when he runs up the court and stuff like that. And he's going to have a lot of chances to do that this year with if you see IQ out there or if he's out there with Brunson. So I think IQ has a chance to elevate his game. The one thing that I hope is not to see Obi Toppin this year having 14 minutes, 13, 14 minutes, at least not every night. You know what I mean? I hope I can see a night or two if Julius is smoking hot or something like that, and he gets 34 minutes or something like that because he's he's already in like 28 points, 30 points a game or something like that. Like I understand that, but Obi is one person that I want to see as well to see out on the court somewhere around 17 to 21 minutes a game.
Yeah, real talk. Great analogy there, Sha. Hey, yeah, man. Obi Toppin is important to me. Last year he had 17 minutes a game. He went from 4 points in his rookie year to 9 points. That's why you got to get this cat his minutes, man. Because I just think the stuff that he do, a lot of Knicks don't do. I mean, this cat get up and down the floor like you said, like a gazillion. He get you 8 easy fast break transition points easy. You know what I mean? This cat, him and IQ got that connection where IQ can get a rebound and he already know Obi Toppin breaking down for him. You know what I mean? So that's like that quarterback wide receiver tandem they got. You know what I mean? I really like that about them too. They got a tandem of they know how to play together. So that's why I'm really interested to see how the Knicks bench going to be this year. I think they're going to have a strong bench. But here's something else that I think is interesting, ladies and gentlemen in the chat. I want to see Obi Toppin play with Jalen Brunson because what they was doing in that summer game.
Facts.
Oh my God, bro! I think that's why Tibbs them trying to look to get this guy.
Give him some more minutes.
Because I think that cat playing with Jalen Brunson. I was like, yo, they was lighting it up. I understand it's only like practice, whatever. It's a game. It's not a professional game. But just to know that the eye contact that Jalen Brunson had with him on the alley-oops, the chemistry, man. I can imagine them cats doing the pick and roll. You know what I mean? Good God Almighty, bro. So I really think that is going to be special to see. Obi Toppin, I think in this year coming up, I think this cat, if you give him 23 to 25 minutes, Obi Toppin getting you 16, 17 a game. Just off of his pure athleticism and then his three ball, obviously he ain't going to shoot what he shot from the 3-point percentage line is going to get better, obviously, because he's in the gym putting in work like everybody else is. So I think you're going to looking for a better year for him, man. And I'm really excited about Obi Toppin, man. Real talk. I hope this cat come in here, man, and get it popping. If you look at his numbers, for the first 2 years in the league, and let me get this chat in there by Eddie, and then I'll throw it out there, get that out the way. But if you look at his numbers in the first 2 years in the league, and you look at how high he profit in his rookie year, 62 games played, 11 minutes a game. Look at his field goal percentage, though, 49 and 53. For a guy who don't shoot the three ball that good yet, but he still put up 50. Last year he shot 53% from the floor. You know what I mean? That's pretty. Ain't too many people shooting that but Mitchell Robinson last year. But that just goes to show you, man, with his fast break points, his dunks, he getting quality shots. I understand it's a 3-point league, but you give me somebody who getting quality shots and high percentage shots, then not high percentage shots. I'll take that all day. I like Obi Toppin and Mitchell Robinson dunking a lot because them are high percentage shots. You know what I mean? As opposed to somebody launching threes and they not going in and you're not shooting at a high percentage. That's why he shot almost 53% last year. You know what I mean? Because he's shooting high percentage shots. If Obi Toppin gave me 8 dunks a game, that's 16 points. I couldn't care less. That's 16 points a
fact.
game. You know what I mean? Hey, if Mitchell Robinson don't never develop nothing, he gave me 6, 7 dunks a game. That's 12 to 14 points a game. So, you know, I'm kind of happy with that. Once he get that 3-point percentage up, I think Obi Toppin going to be pretty special, man. He's going to be hard to deal with because you see that he got the talent, he got the skill. I watch him sometime when he in his groove, how he's spinning the baseline or he's spinning the paint, laying up off the glass. He just got a really quality touch with him, man, and he's a really skilled player, man. But now maybe he can get back to being that Dayton Obi Toppin because, you know, coming out of Dayton, he was the main guy. Shy Powers started, you know, he was the man, national player of the year. But then he comes to the Knicks, he had to take a fall back. You know, and that's why even R.J. Barrett was in that same situation. R.J. Barrett coming out of Duke with that second main guy, but when he got to the Knicks because of Mook Morris, Julius Randle, he had to take a kind of a step back. You know what I mean? And but now these guys don't got nobody in front of him. Not hoping that Obi Toppin can do the same thing, get the minutes that he deserves, and he get a pop it. His rebound numbers, you know, last year three, almost 4 a game, almost 2 assists a game. So you know, I'm looking to see him take a step there. So he had 9 points, doubled his points last year. The reason why, because he almost, you know, he had 6 more minutes a game. Look what he did with 6 more minutes. He went from 4 points a game to 9 points. And I think that should go up easily to 15 if he get the proper minutes. So I think he's going to be an important cog in the Knicks wheel this year, man. I'm hoping that Obi Toppin really get it popping out there, man. And they use this kid right, man. Because I think he got a lot going on with him. You know, I'm excited that he can be able to prosper this year, man. Like I said, I brought them 4 guys up because I think that them 4 guys right there, whether it's Obi Toppin, Cam Reddish, Quickly, or Grimes, if either one of them guys pop or 2 of them pop, I think the Knicks will be a different team than people think. Them two of them guys can emerge and be consistent all year long. And it is about the consistency that they know they on a regular basis doing it. If they could do that, I think the Knicks gonna be all right, man. So I'm happy. So salute to the chat, man. Y'all got it popping up in here.
Talk to the chat.
Salute to the chat. That's where it's at, man. G
Canal,
Money,
cash out.
Yeah, cash out. Canal, Eddie dropping jewels. Everybody.
Yeah, Eddie dropping them today.
We appreciate y'all coming in,
Chef,
man.
New York Knicks, New York Mets, Knicks. I forgot his name. The Mets, Knicks guy that was in there. Salute to you guys, man. Y'all really throwing some stuff out there.
Elite professors in the building.
Oh,
with
the
us.
professor. I am so San Diego Mets fan. Let's go.
Man. Y'all keep it going. So them the 4 guys that I talked about, man, that we talking about, me and Chop out, that I think going to be a key to the season. I think if 2 of them 4 guys pop, oh man, that's yeah, true indeed. Mets, Knicks will have RIP Jalen Hill, man. That was a tragic right there, man. But you know, prayers and thoughts with you, my brother. Real talk. Thank you, Jalen. Mets, Knicks for putting that in there. But yeah, man, I think we got some interesting stuff to deal with in there, man. And let me you know, before we get into the other segment, you know, for it, are we shipping some guys out? Or are we just tripping? That's why I put out there. Are we shipping them out? Or are we just tripping when it comes to Fournier, Randall, and Rose? Are we shipping them out? Or are we just tripping? So we're gonna get into that in a few minutes. But before that, man, in a few minutes, guys, I got a new promo for the other show about to drop in the building with Divine. I'm gonna throw the vid in the building. Y'all just check it out, man. Let me know what y'all think about the intro, man. I think it's pretty hot. I did put some work in to get it to where it's at. So, you know, I got to critique some things, but I'm going to put it on the Knicks Real Talk channel tonight for y'all can check that out. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking, man. You know, like good stuff. But here, you know, like what's interesting to me, Shaw Powell, I was watching like on Twitter today. They got RJ with the workout video. They got Julius Randle with the workout video. I'm like, yo, these cats looking. I'm loving what I'm seeing, man. So let's get a chat some of that, man, and let them see what we seen with the RJ workout joint. And we'll talk about that, man. We got RJ Barrett, y'all, working out in the gym with Drew Hanlon and them guys, man. Looking pretty decent out there. RJ Barrett, let's do it. Cat looking smooth with the jump shot. You know, once
look at his shoulders, man.
Yeah, I'm serious. Look at this cat here, man. He got the heads, he got the, you know, that dribble. He worked on that dribble now, so he's looking pretty live right there, man. Real talk. Through the legs, step back, had that, but he improving it. What's interesting to me, watch at the end of the video, man, when he go to do these dunks, I'm like, look at RJ, man. I'm like, yo. But that's what you want to see, man. Just look at this kid. Look like LeBron right there, don't he? RJ, the third, fourth year, looking like LeBron with those shoulders, man. I told you, man.
Yeah,
he looks like, he makes me think of a left-handed LeBron, the way that his game is. What, you know, go hard to the rim, you know, and but you know, got a quality, decent jump shot. But I like what I'm seeing right there for him, man. Salute to RJ Barrett, man. To get it popping, man. Here's the one that's going to show improve after this here. That's why I like what he's doing right here. Look at that cross through the leg, doing it. That body step back. Boom. Drew it. Now, here's what I'm talking about right here, Shot Power. Check him out. Heavy through the leg backwards, bro.
Yeah, that's what he just looks bigger, man. Look at him, man. He looks bigger. He looks stronger. Look at those moves he's doing right there. You know, I mean, there's no defense down there, none of that stuff, and you know he's doing it. Just to drive to the basket to see how we can finish. But I don't think I've seen those moves from prior years. Him doing that stuff. His shoulders is fulling out. His neck is bigger. His arms look stronger. If he comes out this year and has a better percentage driving to the rim, a better shooting percentage, a better field goal percentage, a better free throw percentage, man, he's going to be unstoppable this year, man. And for facts, cash out, book it, man. If he comes out this year, anything like we just seen right there, I mean, I'm just saying this because this is how I feel. But could you imagine him moving back down to the 2 position with all that size and girth that he got now? Could you imagine? You know what I mean? Could you imagine him moving back to the 2 and putting Reddish at that 3? Oh man, this is gonna be something that this is something really that I just can't wait to see how things happen at training camp, and they have the day that they talk to the media and stuff like that, and see how these guys' heads are, and how they're going to deflect all of that Donovan Mitchell hoopla that was out there, and just really throw it at the media about we about team. And I believe this year we'll see them back like they used to be, back in the gym after games, flying out somewhere and going to somebody's public school or something like that, somebody's rec room, and going to shoot and play around and stuff like that. These guys are coming in this year healthy. And the one thing that I believe this year, with these guys coming in being healthy, we're going to have a very exciting team this year.
Yeah, real talk. Well said, Shaw. What's interesting to me, man, and like I said, we going into that Julius Randle, Fournier, and Derrick Rose segment. These guys, we need veterans like that. Don't get me wrong, because we do need that, especially if we're going to be trying to go for a playoff team. Like I was telling guys earlier, you got a $25 million point guard. You got almost a $30 million, with incentive small forward as 2 guard. You got a power forward about to make 26 to 29 million. So you best believe the Knicks are going for the playoffs. I can't say that enough. The Knicks did not put this team together to just go trying to get a draft pick. Them days is over, Shop Out. We got enough draft picks to last us forever. So you won't see the Knicks in there trying to play for no draft position. These cats going there to try to make the playoffs and try to get in there where they need to go. So I do think this team is going to be locked in. They're coming in the peak. They're not coming in there just to be mediocre. Yeah, real talk, Eddie. I agree with you on that one, brother. And I think that's where he headed, man. I mean, this cat is going to be good, man. Like I said, every year RJ been in the league is 14 a game, 17. Now, he hit 20. Now with like he said in the press conference, he going to make a free throw this year. If RJ Barrett hit his free throw this year, game over. That was his Achilles heel pretty much the whole career since he's been here for 3 years. Free throw shooting. RJ shoot anywhere between 75% this year to close to 75 or higher. It's going to be really interesting to see what he's going to do, man, because I think he's going to be getting more calls this year now, because he's not that the refs know who he is now. They know his game. Sometimes the refs didn't get RJ them called because they really didn't know what his game was like. But now that he done been in the league going in the 4th year, they kind of gonna respect who he is. They say he's not that young cat no more. Now we got to give him his flowers. RJ going to be interesting to see. And so when we look at the guys like Julius Randle and all these guys, one thing was interesting to me, Shaw Powers. Do you think because of all the hype and all the stuff RJ getting, how do you think that makes the other guys like Julius Randle in the field? Do you think he feels some type of way knowing that RJ is the one in the spotlight now, just got his extension, he's out there doing his thing? I don't think it's like that, but you never know, because that could be kind of interesting to me if that's the case, where Julius Randle like, I would sign here to be the main guy. But RJ is out here now getting that bag. and he's out there like it's almost like he the main guy. You know what I mean? Do you think it's some type of thing there? Or you think it is what it is? They both got their bag. They both quality teammates, and they're gonna support each other because like I said, Randall and Fournier and Derrick Rose are the veterans on the team. And then, like I said, I was looking at something about John Ian Beckley and them. He was there just guesstimate. He didn't say it was real and nothing like that. He said a chance of Randall getting traded of maybe 40% before the season starts. You know what I mean? So then I hear this thing out there about DeMar DeRozan, so it's interesting. But Julius Randle got coming into a year where I'm gonna put the video up in a minute, but the cat looks decent though, man. I gotta say, man, he really looks good this year.
Well, I don't think Randall to me, with things being said about Randall and stuff like that, I think he is a player that passes the ball that's more kind of want to be a team oriented guy. The last couple of years you've seen teams really scheme to play Julius Randle because he was quote unquote our main guy. You know what I mean? This year, I don't think it will be so much that, man. I think Brunson is one of the main reasons that's going to help Julius Randle, RJ, the whole team. I think Brunson is going to be the person that helps Randle gets to his position, drive the ball to the hole a little bit more, get him into better shooting, a better shooting rhythm, and maybe a little less at the 3-point line. He may take 4 or 5 3-pointers this year, aside from last year when he was taking like 6, 7 3-pointers a game. So I think Brunson is the real piece to this team. I don't think he has. I don't think he's going to have too much to say. Too much animosity per se about RJ stepping up this year, because that takes the pressure off of him now, and he didn't have that much pressure release the last year because he was really the main course, you might as well say. So this year, with Brunson being there, I believe he's going to be able to play off the ball a little bit better. I think Randall will have a better percentage-wise game this year. I think Randall is going to be close to 22 to 24 points this year. I believe he can probably shoot somewhere around 34 to 36% from the 3-point line. He's from the 3-point line. I believe he'll have a better time at the free throw line, bringing that 75 to about 80% this year. So I think the one biggest thing for Julius Randle is he has to put earplugs in his ear, a piece of cotton or whatever it is this year, because some Knicks fans are unforgiving, and a lot of people want to push Julius Randle out of being a New York Knick. We got him for a couple of more years, and he is our star player right now. With that being said, I think this year the biggest thing for Julius Randle is to stay more focused on the game and not so much against the refs and the crowd. If he performs this year, if he does what he needs to do, keep his head into the game, stay team oriented, I think he's going to have a good year, and he won't hear so much chirping from the crowd. He won't hear so much chirping from the crowd noise of people trying to downplay him or boo him this year. So Julius Randle has, aside from elevating his game this year, he also had to elevate his mental this year, because his mental is his status with him being in the game make us a much better team. With him being out of the game because of distractions, getting technical fouls, harping at the refs a lot and stuff like that, it's going to deter him and deter us from staying on that winning path. And I do not want him to start off having a bad type of year this year, because if he starts having a bad type of year this year and the crowd starts getting on him, it's going to affect him, and it's also going to affect the team as well.
Yo, Nick 100 at GM is real talk. That's a good one, GM. And that was a pretty view, though. I'm telling you, that was a pretty view. But listen, man, let's look at that clip he had working out with my man Brickley and them at the summit, man. Just let you see what this cat looked like, man, because the kid look crazy ripped, though. So you look at this cat, man. I mean, look at it. He looked good, Shaw Powers. He really does. You know, let's hope that, you
Man,
know,
look at him shredded, man.
right. If you're gonna be a Nick, let's hope that he could bring all that to the table, because the kid is talented. You know, like you said, mentally he just got to be able to put all that together and block out all the noise. But he got that one hand float in his game. I like that around the key. I was watching him shoot in another video. He looked pretty decent. But man, look at the cat, man. He looks solid, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's how he looked at it that year when he was 24, 11, and 5.
Yeah, man. He even looked better this year, man. He's a little slimmer, but his muscle tones are well defined. You know what I mean?
That's the shot I'm talking about right there. That's low post move right there. He need to get that too, because
that's divine. That's the one thing that I hope Brunson can help him out with this year. I'm not saying that we don't have a lot of 3-point threats per se out there, but with him driving to the hole, I mean, just for instance, DeRozan does not shoot 3-pointers that often, and he still scores about 24 to 27 points a game. If Julius Randle can change his game around to more of that driving across the lane with a jump hook, taking the short jump shots from foul line down like he used to do in that fourth seed year, you know what I mean? Julius Randle is going to change the perspective about everything. You talk about his trade value is down this year. Good. Let's see how much he can how much he can propel himself this year to make himself you know, another perennial all-star this year. You know, see if he could get into that all-star game this year, something like that. He's going to be a big part of our game. Him himself is going to I don't want to say make or break us, but with him playing better makes the team play better. With his head not in the game is going to affect the team a little bit. And I just hope he comes into this season shooting like he was just shooting there. That drive across the he is a beast, and he's a bully ball, man. If you give him the ball down low, it's not too many power forwards that can contain him. And he goes to the hole hard. He goes to the hole strong, and if he gets fouled, he can hit free throws. I'm looking forward for Julius having a pretty decent year this year.
Yeah, for the sake of the chat, for the sake of the Knicks fan, let's just say they don't trade Julius Randle, then we're gonna have to support him on the team because we want the team to win. So, because y'all cats throwing some mad darts up in that piece. Y'all like throwing darts up in there, man. Real talk. I'm like, they are throwing heavy darts at my man. So, you know, I mean, you know what? If they trade him, that's fine. You get some more minutes of Obi and these guys. But let's just hope that, you know, for the sake of the Knicks and the team, if he's still here when training camp gets here, let's just hope Julius Randle will have a good year. I mean, even we don't want him to be a Knick. We want him to have a good year. I don't got no hate against Julius Randle. He just, you know, he might not fit what we do. I hope he go to the next team and get it right and get it popping. He's a talented dude. I mean, ain't too many cats putting up the number Julius Randle. On a bad year last year, Julius Randle put up 20, 10, and 5 almost, or 9.9 and 5 on a bad year. So, I mean, you know, granted, you know, the emotional part of it, yeah, we wanted to be gone. I want to see Obi get that starting spot. I want to see these guys get the minutes, but if for the sake he's going to be here, we got to hope Julius Randle have a good year, just like Shot Power said. Hopefully he can make an impact, get back to the Julius Randle 2020-21 with 24, 11, and 5, most improved player, second all NBA playoff, all-star player. That we want him to be that. You know what I mean? Ain't no hate with Julius Randle, because, you know, Julius Randle put the Knicks on his back that year and got us to the play. Him and Derrick Rose and RJ Barrett. The year before, he put them cats on his back a couple of years ago. The man had a bad year last year, you know, but you know, I'm good either way. If Julius Randle be here, we just want him to be a better player, and it could change the game, you know, with having somebody like Jalen Brunson to me, because now the pressure's off. You know, now you got somebody. The pressure's off of Julius Randle now, having a Jalen Brunson who can kind of, you know, at least facilitate the game. Don't put the pressure on him to have to take the ball, run up and down the floor. You know, when you got a guy like Jalen Brunson who he's going to respect, and you know, it makes it better. But, you know, listen, I've been saying it from day one. I prefer to move on from him, because I think if Julius Randle gave you 20-something and blah, 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 but Obi Toppin gave you 17 to 7 and Jalen Brunson give you, then that makes, I think Obi Toppin and Jalen Brunson is more valuable than Randall and Kemba Walker or Randall and Alex Burks. That would be the only reason I would put him out here, because I think Obi Toppin is ready to get to that 17-7. He don't have to put up Julius Randle numbers, because Jalen Brunson can make up for the other part of it that he not getting, and definitely Jalen Brunson can make up for the number that we wasn't getting from our point guards. So I still think you still get that you get the production. I think you can get that same production pace. But if he's gonna be here, we want to cat the ball out. Make no mistake about it. You know what I mean? If Julius Randle gonna be on the Knicks, we want Julius Randle to ball out like he did the year before. So I'm really excited to see that that he's getting back to the shape he was in the year before. Last year was kind of crazy. Coming to the season wasn't having a baby, this and that, all the turmoil going on with the fans. But let's hope that his talent precedes all that and he come and get it. Salute to King Poppy NYK. Salute King. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate it. Y'all, Eddie, y'all got it popping up in here, man. Real talk, Eddie, Nick 100. Mets, Knicks fans, let's go. Y'all cops got it popping in the chat, man. The darts is heavy. Man, child, say he live in RJ's neighborhood. Salute to you in Toronto, man, child. Real talk to you, my brother. But I'm excited about it. Let's see what he's gonna do. Let's see if he can have a bounce back year, and if he's gonna be on a roster. If he's gonna be on a roster, he just got to get a popping shot powers.
Yeah, for real, man. I as a Knicks fan, and I know all of us that's in here tonight, the chat, you, Divine, we all have high expectations for this team, and this year should be a year that we should. I believe the one thing I believe, and I believe this wholeheartedly, that Brunson this year is going to change the team around a little bit this year to put people in the positions that they need to make themselves better. And if these guys can continue to grow together, go to the gym after the games and so on and so forth, these guys are going to be a much better team, man. They look like they want to play together. And once they get together, the team has been together already. Everybody knows each other. They know the funny jokes about each other and all that stuff. Only thing that we have to hope for is that Brunson can bring himself and blend into this team seamlessly. If that happens, I got high hopes for this team this year. I said earlier about them winning at least 42 games, but the high, I believe, will be closer to 47. And I'm pushing more towards that 47 number than the 42 number now, because as you look at these guys over and over, man, these guys, like we keep saying that these guys are bigger, these guys look stronger, these guys looking more committed to the game and stuff like that, man. And if that happens this year, a lot of naysayers and a lot of people that were, downgrading the Knicks or something like that, they're going to be eating some crow. And how you say, Divine, with some sweet baby Ray?
Correct. Word. If you're going to eat some crow, put some sweet baby Rays on.
I'm just saying, if that's where it's got to be, man. So let's all of us as Knicks fan, I see everybody in the chat and how the chat is we stay a little bit more optimistic. We see the team a little bit different than what other people see the team and stuff like that. Now that I'm doing this podcast and all this stuff, I do a lot of homework now. I'm watching a lot of tapes. I'm on I watch Twitter through Wifey thing. I do the Instagram and all these other things and see all these other things that's happening for the team and with the players. And I just think we got a great team right here, man. And the one thing I want us to do this year is become a good team. The first thing now, I hope that we can come from last year not making the playoffs or the play-in and at least make the playoffs this year and elevate our game. By the next year, we can probably make a couple of moves and elevate our game. I want us to be a good team. I want us to get that status back, and I hate to say this to show my age, but how we was back in the 90s and stuff like that. Perennial. I want us to be perennial again. Every year you look forward, you look at the top 10 teams and you see the Knicks somewhere between 6, 5, and 4, something like that. So that's what I'm hoping for this year. And I think that we could get that this year because of the team that we have. The one thing I have to say again, Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, real talk. Eddie, I'm with you on that. You know what? And here's the thing. Here's another pretty good is the fact. Randall, I think this is pretty much, I think this team is pretty much about to become RJ's franchise, dude. I really believe that. So here's where you can get a win-win out of this. like if this is going to be RJ's team, right? Here's the good thing about it. Let's say we go into the season with Julius Randle, right? I'm gonna tell you why you guys want him to pop. So when the trading deadline come, if we do decide to trade him, you want him to pop. So when the trading deadline come, now you get your value. So that's why I think, if they don't trade him before the start of the camp, before the season, let's go into the season with him. Let him show and prove. Because that way, if we decide to move him, when the trading deadline comes, you get better value because people going to be like, wow, this cat is balling. You want Julius Randle to ball out, whether he with the team or you want him to ball out so we can get him off the team. But either way it go, you want him to have a good year because it's going to help us in one way and it also help us trade value. So we want him to pop. Let's not get it twisted. We want Julius Randle to have a good year either way. For those who don't want him on the team, you still want him to pop. You know what I mean? That way we can get his value for him. You know what I mean? So and I think that's important, man. That we just have to let them go through there, get it popping. When the trading deadline come, and somebody say, "Wow, this cat can really help us." You know, see, we might not feel that he fit the Knicks right now, but that don't mean he won't fit somebody who got guys like LeBron, who got guys who got more veterans, who are a little bit more, who he gonna respect on the court. You know what I mean? He might be that third guy on the team that might get them over the hump. So let's hope that he pop. Let's hope that Julius Randle pop for the sake of the Knicks and the sake of his trade value. I think that'd be real important. If they could do it, but you never know. If the Knicks doing good, if the Knicks doing good, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? But let's see. We this is America. We believe in second chances. Let's see if he got his mental together. Let's see if he just say, you know what, I can't be that guy that I once was. I need to be this guy. Now I got a better point guard. I got a guy who's now going into his fourth year, got his bag. He's ascending. So I got to give respect to these guys. Not that, let's see how he do. You know what I mean? A family-oriented guy like him, got kids and everything like that, man. He's well-grounded dude. I mean, everybody is not perfect, but you can't underestimate Julius Randle talent, though. You know what I mean? He got talent. So let's see if he can work it out. But, he don't, then the Knicks got to do. So we're going to see what's happening between now and next week. It might be Buzz out there. You never know. He might not even be here next week. We don't know.
Right, facts.
Right. But if he is here, we're going to have to accept the fact that he is here. You know what I mean? And hope that this cat do well. And, and I think that it's possible that he will do that, man, because the cats are working, man. He's been working his whole career. Julius' numbers, one thing about Julius Randle, ever since he came in the league, his numbers got better every year. Every year he's been in the league. So from the first year, he broke his leg in the first game of the season with the Lakers, coming out of college, broke his leg to now or whatever. But every year this cat ascended, though. You know what I mean? So, you can't dispute his talent. You look at his numbers, if you put his numbers up against a lot of people in the league, and one thing I can say, we didn't get to the playoffs in almost 9 years. Julius Randle helped get us to the playoffs. That means something. You know what I mean? We did not get to the playoffs since 2013. Julius Randle comes to the Knicks to hire Tom Thibodeau the next year, 41 wins, 4th seed, they in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Got great numbers. So let's hope he can duplicate that and see. But the next guy we're gonna talk about is interesting as well, Evan Fournier. You know what I mean? Which y'all guys take on Evan Fournier? I know it's a 50-50 split with everything with the Knicks fan base. Some like Julius Randle, some don't. Some want Fournier, some don't. What's you guys' ultimate feeling about Fournier? Because to me, good as he is, I think he's holding back a bunch of young guys. That's just my perspective. I think him at that too is limiting what Quickly could do, is limiting what Grimes gonna do, because he's taking minutes away from some guys that's really hungry. So that's my only concern with him, is that if you move into the bench, somebody between our IQ and Grimes gonna get left out. You know what I mean? Fournier's a decent 3-point shooter, knock him down with the best of them. But now that you got guys like Quentin Grimes who could knock him down with the best of them, shot the same percentage as he did last year, maybe a percentage higher than my man last year. But his defense is impeccable. Grimes, Fournier can't D like him. He can't run the floor like him. So I'm just wondering what you guys think about Fournier, man. He have another year after this on his contract. He got a good contract to expire after this year. Him and Derrick Rose, that's almost $30-something million that would be off the books. So do you keep him, or do you say it's time for Quickly and Grimes to take that spot and go out there and just get and try to move him, shot power. What's your take on it? Because I mean, the cat had a good shooting year last year. I'm just concerned about the minutes that won't be getting played. It ain't enough minutes to do with him there, because you're gonna have to give him about 24 minutes. So what, you're gonna get grind 12 and quickly 12? I don't think so. I just don't. With Cam Reddish, then that might limit his minutes to a degree. So is he one of them guys where we might have to put in a trade to free up a roster spot? That way we can get these other guys playing. What you think?
I believe this year we Evan Fournier will help us out until the trading deadline, and we'll see where we can what we can do with him by then. Just as well as Julius Randle from the preseason all the way until the trading deadline. That's when we'll know if we're going to if Evan Fournier is going to be here, if Derrick Rose is going to be here, or if Julius Randle is going to be here. Now, all three of these guys that I mentioned, I like all three of the guys. Randle, he played well for us. He is our signature number one, and but for the fit of the team, that's what I'm on this year. My thing is big on what fits for the team better, what I think could fit better. Like you said earlier about Obi Toppin coming in and can possibly score about 17 points a game, can come in this year and grab about 7 to 8 rebounds a game, coming in this year and having 3 to 5 assists a game. I think the fit right now for the way we want to move forward is the problem on the team. Julius Randle, great guy, 10, 5 assists, can play the ball. This last year was a little suspect. Like you said, he had just right around started training, right around the start of the year. He wasn't really in shape because I believe he was having a kid, and he took off a lot of time putting in the work as much because he was getting ready to have a baby. So I after the year started to go on and stuff like that, I used to start playing because he had some great games for us last year. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. He had a couple of 30-point games last year. He played pretty well, you know what I mean? But it wasn't his play on the court per se. It was his reaction on the court that really fumbled him last year. Getting all these technical fouls, arguing with the refs, arguing with the staff, and knocking laptops out of hands and all that stuff. It was more so in his head. He started one set of guys down on the lower end of the basketball court, really harped on him. Then he gave us a thumbs down, and a lot of fans took it as he was saying it to everyone. And I don't believe that he was saying it to everyone. I think he was more so on those guys that was really harping on him and stuff like that. But with that being said, man, Julius Randle is the player that either helps us elevate our team or regresses our team, and we will probably make a trade for him at the trade deadline, just as well as Fournier. Because with Fournier right now, Fournier is holding up three players on the team. He's holding up minutes for IQ. He may hold up minutes for Grimes, and he may hold up minutes for Reddish. And those three guys that I just mentioned together collectively are a little bit better than what Fournier has done for us last year. I believe IQ can score 14 points this year. I believe Grimes can score 14 points this year. I believe Reddish can score 14 points this year. And all three of those guys that I mentioned can rebound the ball way better than what Fournier did this year. So it's going to be like I said earlier, man, Tibbs is going to have a hard decision to make this year, because if we looking to move this team forward and giving guys a little bit more minutes to see how their stocks can grow, Evan Fournier may have to go, and Julius Randle may have to go. And the one thing about Evan Fournier, we do need shooting. We don't have a lot of shooters, but we do, in a sense. We have, you know what I mean? We do have IQ. We do have Reddish if he can pop. The reason why we say we don't have no shooters because Reddish last year was only 25 points. 25% last year, but he only played a couple of games with us. When he was with Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken, he was shooting close to 37% from 3-point last year. At a time when he was playing with Atlanta, he was averaging about 19 to 21 points or something like that. So we could get something like that from Reddish. We in good hands. If this year, if we could get Grimes to come off to start and score 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, he's doing better than Evan Fournier already. You know what I mean? If he comes out, you can see Grimes having one of those electrifying games that he had like last year and hit 7 3-pointers. You can see it in him because he has a ice cold shot. And IQ, I don't care what nobody say about IQ. I think IQ should have started last year, and I think IQ is going to come off the bench and be the 6th man for us this year. So with those 3 guys right there, I put all 3 of those guys a little bit above Evan Fournier because of what I think what I propose that they're going to do this year. I think all of them can get the same average around what Evan Fournier can do with a lesser bag. They have cheap packages right now, $2 million, $2 million, $6 million. You know, Evan Fournier is a $19 million man, and if he can't come out this year and give us 19 points a game, you know, by the trade deadline, I hope we can move him.
Yeah, real talk. Yo, salute to the chat. Salute to my man William from Brazil. My man from Brazil in the building. My man William. Shoot to you, man. Appreciate you coming in. Tell all Brazilians, Knicks Real Talk. We in the building. Hit us up. Salute to the chat. Elton Lee, Eddie Alvarez, Nick 100. Y'all got it popping up in there. I appreciate y'all throwing that love up in there, man. Keep bringing that fire because y'all got it going, man. But yeah, Evan Fournier to me, here's what's interesting. Coming off the fever like last year, I just got a feeling if he get in the training camp, them legs is not going to be the same. You know what I mean? Shot Powell, just like last year, he didn't get a pop until literally the second half of the season after the All-Star break. Because
unless it was against Boston.
Yeah, right. Other than Boston. But, you know, with his numbers last year was kind of, you know, they was, how would I say it, deceiving. Because he only averaged 14 a game, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, some of that nature, and quickly gave you that in 17 minutes. He quickly had 11 a game. Fournier had 14 a game. Quickly had more rebounds, more assists than Fournier, and he played almost half the minutes less. So, you know, and then you got a guy like Grimes who's emerging. You know, he's more than 3 and D, but can 3 and D with the best of them. And you know, so let's hope that Fournier. I just got a feeling them guys. I don't know, man. If he play, somebody gonna get screwed out of minutes. But you know, like just like last year, him just getting off the fever thing, coming in here. Watch when you get into his legs, gonna be tired in training camp because he just got out of the season, went in practice with the national team, just got finished playing the other day, which is Sunday or whatever. Now, next week he going to training camp. Them legs is gonna be shot, bro. Time you get to the season because they're gonna be running them. So that's my main concern with him is that he played basketball all year round. And he's a veteran, 10 years in the league. I'm wondering how that's going to hold up for him. So I do think he's going to have them noodle legs, man. Just like last year, the same thing. Then once he got his legs under him, got familiar with the Knicks system, then he started hitting that 3 ball pretty much at a good clip last year. But like I said, he shot 39% from 3 last year. Grimes shot 38 points, something close to him. I just think that Grimes got more intangibles. And I'm not knocking Fournier, but I love to see Fournier on a contender. You know what I mean? Go to a contender and get a chance to win you a ring being in your 10th year, and let Grimes, let Cam Reddish try to get in here and crack the rotation, the starting lineup and the backup minutes, I meant to say, and try to make this team more athletic, more faster, more pace. You know, we suffered in pace big time in the league. Like we was at the bottom. That was just pet peeve. You know, so these guys need to pick up the pace. You need thoroughbreds in there who can run up and down the court with Obi, quickly, Cam, all these guys, man. That's the only reason I'm for moving guys like that. Because here's the thing: you could bring a veteran back, and he don't even got to necessarily be in a rotation, but he got that veteran knowledge. He's like a Todd Gibson per se. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily got to have a veteran to get back for Fournier. He got to play. I'd rather for the Knicks to get a pick for him and a guy who might be on a aspiring deal and not even really looking to play in a rotation. Because you freed up the roster spot, but you also freed up the capital too. So, you know, I'm with it with that. But either way, go if you're here, just like Julius, they got to show and prove. But I do think he's one of them guys that if they move him, it'll open up some more opportunities. Now Fournier move. Now you got Grimes and Quickly at the 2 spot. Whether one of them start or one of them don't start, or if somebody beat one of them out like Cam Reddish, now you got Quickly and Grimes at the 2 and the 3, or whatever the case may be. So that's the only reason that I'm keen on moving them, because I just think that with the murders of Grimes and Quickly, I think you can get the same number for him, and they only on $2 million, supposed to $18 million. Quickly make $2 million, Grimes make $2 million, Fournier make $18 million. Them numbers, they can get them numbers easy with better defense. So I think it just makes sense to do it. But if he's here, we want him to pop too. You know what I mean? Go get the thing, Evan Fournier. You're going to be on the Knicks this year. I think you probably want him coming off the bench. I think Grimes or somebody taking that spot, whether it's RJ, Grimes, or somebody going to take that spot, because I think they're going to try to build a more stronger defensive team and a more team with pace. And like Elton Lee said, we're going to win on the defense end of the floor. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that it could be interesting to see. So he's one guy that's out there in limbo. We'll see how it goes, man. For Evan Fournier,
I think one thing about Evan Fournier can get the minutes this year, and it probably be more so on the second unit. The one way that he gets more minutes is if we regulate D Rose to somewhat of a kind of like situational status. Evan Fournier can be electrifying on the second unit. Him being a veteran on the second unit, when other teams come in, he can really light it up. And if you put IQ, Grimes, if you put IQ, Grimes, Evan Fournier, Obi Toppin, and Hartenstein together on the second unit, I think we can really elevate the second unit as well. And I think Evan Fournier would play better with the second unit and on the second unit team against opposing second units, because he is a threat and he can light it up once he gets high. Once he sees the ball goes in the basket, he really can light it up. So the big thing is to try to push him forward, maybe move him into a secondary role, into that second position. Into the second unit, and see where we can maybe get him to look a little enticing. So towards that trade deadline, somebody might want to take him off our hands, and maybe we can make a trade for him or something like that at the trade deadline.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, 100, you're 100% right about that. Quickly, all the Knicks had a bad first half of the season. And so I'm definitely agreeing with you 100% on that. Quickly was not good the first 50 games. Fournier wasn't good. A lot of them cats wasn't good. You know what I mean? I think the problem was with what you brought in. I think Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier disrupted that chemistry. I just think it really did, and they had to play him because they signed the man. They gave him the money, so you had to play him. You know what I mean? But that whole Knicks team in the first half of the season was abysmal. But I do think in the second half you've seen. Just to make a long story short, that's why as you look out there right now, the Knicks looking at creases roll. I just think these guys, the first half of the season, that team was kind of off center with the acquisition of Fournier and Kemba Walker. I think it just didn't work out. You know what I mean?
Also with Rose being hurt when he hurt himself.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, man, I think one way or the other it'll work out, man. Let's hopefully that it works out, man. They get into cohesion, they get this thing popping. I don't think they're gonna come into this year like you said, like they came in last year. I don't believe that. I think the Knicks will not, because like I said, let's say first of all, you're gonna have a center to back up Mitchell Robinson. You're gonna have a healthy Mitchell Robinson. Let's think about this for a minute. We're gonna go over these scenarios. Mitchell Robinson came into the season last year, couldn't even play in a preseason because he was off a 9 months hiatus off his foot. No conditioning, couldn't even play on it. Coming to the first game of the season, he wasn't in fully shape. Nerlens Noel was injured out the gate. You know what I mean? Kemba Walker wasn't really ready. You know what I mean? He had his spurts. Derrick Rose goes down. So, that team last year, they had a lot of injuries, and then the acquisition of Fournier and my man, then what happened with me was it was different than having Elfrid Payton and Reggie Bullock, because them guys did not demand the basketball like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Kemba Walker needed the ball. Evan Fournier was a scorer, and Elfrid Payton was a scorer, so he didn't disrupt the chemistry. You know what I mean? That means RJ and Randall can get their shots because they didn't have to worry about Having to get the ball to Alpha Payton to score, or getting to Reggie Bullock to score. You know, Reggie Bullock lay in that corner. You know, worst case scenario, bad play, boom, he throwing the ball in the corner, he knocking down a three. But he didn't take time off the clock because he wasn't somebody like Fournier or Kemba Walker who had to dribble a little bit to get to where they had to go. So I do think that threw off the chemistry of that team last year. And that's why they got the gate kind of abysmal, because it was a different format, different team. So, you know, but I think in the second half of the season, you've seen it got better as it went on, Shot Powers. And I think that was, to me, was really the turn of the season last year. But, you know, it's a different year, different time, different energy. Everybody coming in healthy. Everybody coming in with a clean slate. You know what I mean? Like even Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish came to the Knicks after the All-Star, you know, after the trading deadline. He had to find his way to get acclimated to the team. He couldn't just come right in and throw him in there. He didn't know the plays. He didn't know the system. But as he went on, he got better and better. Then he got injured. So these guys coming in the training camp all with an opportunity to show and prove. We got to see how it goes. You know what I mean? See how they can knock it down, man, and fight for the position. Training camp gonna be fun. You know what I mean? It's gonna be battles. It's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be a lot of competition. It's gonna be some battles up in there. That 2-guard spot in New York gonna be very interesting. I want to see who come out of the all season. I mean, not all. Excuse me, come out of training camp into the preseason at that 2-guard spot. I'm not worried about. We know we got the point guard spot solidified. We got the 3-guard spot solidified. We got the 4 solidified, or we got the 5 solidified. That 2-guard spot in New York, Evan Fournier, Grimes, quickly, possible RJ moving to the back there, or whatever the case may be. So, you never know, it might be some sleepers in there. You know, who knows what Keels and these guys going to do. But it's going to be an interesting position to see how it goes on in training camp this year, that position. I would love to be a fly on the ball in that spot. But this last guy we're going to talk about before we get out and everything is Derrick Rose. Looked good this year, Shot Powers. Back down to his rookie year weight. He was a big part of this thing, man, when he first got here 2 years ago. He's the reason why with Julius Randle and RJ, we got to the playoffs. You know, last year, obviously, December 8th, he went down with the injury. Once that happened, I knew the season was just about over. He was that main dude that kept quickly and Obi them electrified in that second unit. When they lost Derrick Rose, not only did they lose the talented player, they lost a floor general. And then when you got Alex Burks now when you got him gone, you take Alex Burks, you move Alex Burks to the starting lineup, you took 20-something points away from your bench because Derrick Rose got you 13 or 14 the year before. Alex Burks got you 11 or 12. So you literally lost 26 points in your bench last year because one got injured, one had to play point guard starting because Kemba Walker wasn't ready. Kemba Walker went down and McBride wasn't ready. So the guy that replaced them, they wasn't putting up them numbers, you know what I mean? So it kind of made the team a little, you know, not good as they could have been last year. So now this year, I think they got a clean slate. Derrick Rose look like he's healthy. Let's see what they're going to do with him. You know, he's a Tibbs guy. Where Tibbs go, he goes. If he's going to have an impact on the team or at the trading deadline, he can go somewhere. I mean, you know, I heard a little buzz out there earlier. They talk about DeMar DeRozan. Now, what I was like, Shot Powers, if you said Derrick Rose and Fournier to Derrick Rose or Fournier to the Chicago Bulls and a pick or two and get back DeRozan, I'm good with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. Because I heard that earlier, like Chicago, now that Lonzo Ball, he's going to be down for a minute. He just going through off-the-court surgery, getting his knee done. So now you talking about a point guard. What better point guard you can have than Derrick Rose and then get that shooter like Fournier. And maybe you got to give up a pick or something, and you get DeMar DeRozan, that changes the game right there as well. You know what I mean? So you get to move 2 guys. Now you got somebody like quickly can back up Brunson. You can have DeMar DeRozan starting, and you still got Grimes. So you don't lose. Grimes, if you were to do that trade, that's what I'm trying to say. Cam Reddish, Grimes, and quickly get to play. If you would do that. You know what I mean? You say DeRozan into him, Brunson and DeRozan, RJ and Randall. I don't have a problem with him and Mitch. I really don't. So things like that could take place. So we're going to see what Derrick Rose is. But he's a savvy veteran, solid dude, aspiring contract. You're right, Eddie. But let's see what they're going to do with that, man, because he's another guy, man, a savvy, experienced veteran, know how to get down in the playoffs. As a matter of fact, the year that we went to the playoffs against Atlanta, he was one of him and Todd Gibson, one of the best players we had with Obi. So we'll see how it goes. But Derrick Rose is going to be an interesting thing. And I know, like you said earlier in some of our stream, where you feel like he might be that guy to get the let quickly do a thing, and we can use him sparingly, as you would say.
I'm really wholehearted, and salute to Eddie, man. You are really throwing some darts out there because you know, great minds think alike, man. I love Derrick Rose, man, and the only way that we can see Derrick Rose, maybe a little bit more than what we want, is if we move on from Evan Fournier. But with Derrick Rose on the team and Evan Fournier, it creates a little. Who's going to start over? Are you going to start Evan Fournier or are you going to start IQ? Are you going to start Evan Fournier? Or I mean, is Evan Fournier going to play over IQ? Is Evan Fournier going to play over Grimes? And Derrick Rose is a big factor to that as well, because I believe he's probably going to play this year. What as a Knicks fan, how I would want to see it is Derrick Rose playing sporadic minutes, playing third unit situational style player. If Grimes is not hot that night, or if IQ is not shooting well that night, then Derrick Rose can come in for those guys and fill in those minutes for that night. If we do keep Derrick Rose, I think Derrick Rose should be more played more so after the trade deadline. You know, when we striving to try to see what position we can fall into in the playoffs or the play-in and stuff like that. So Derrick Rose, you know, I love Derrick Rose, man. I really would like for Derrick Rose to stay here and possibly end his career here as a New York Knick. You know, but the way that the team is constructed right now, it's either the option is either Derrick Rose or Evan Fournier, because with one of those guys gone, it opens up roster spots for Cam Reddish, Grimes, and I believe IQ is going to get minutes anyway. I don't see IQ not. I don't see Grimes starting over IQ. I don't see Evan Fournier starting over IQ. So the big thing right now is to try to see which one of these guys we need to move and let this team play the season, good, bad, or indifferent. If we play well and we make the play in, we're good. If we don't play well, and I see some people in some chat saying that the Knicks may only win 32 games this year. I don't see that. I see the team playing better, but the problem with the team is where we fit in Evan Fournier, you know, because I see Grimes can take Evan Fournier's position. I don't think Evan Fournier is going in over Grimes. I mean, over IQ. And with Evan Fournier there, that takes away minutes from Cam Reddish as well, because we don't know how we're going to put him into a position. If Evan Fournier is there, now we got to make minutes for Grimes and Reddish. You know, so it's a big thing for Evan Fournier or D Rose this year, and maybe there may be something that comes down the pike in the next 3 days or something before. When is next week? Wednesday, right?
Yep.
The training starts, so maybe before next week Tuesday, maybe we might make a move or something like that to probably loosen some of that pressure that we got over Evan Fournier or Derrick Rose. You know, I wouldn't want, if I had a choice, me as a fan, my perspective, if I had a choice of Evan Fournier or Derrick Rose, I'm keeping Derrick Rose. You know, I would move to Fournier. Both of their contracts are, you know, over $10 million a piece, 14 million and 18 million. One of those guys, if we release one of those guys, trade one of those guys or something like that, that we get big money coming back for next season. So, you know, let's see what really happens, man. I think 1, 2, or 3 of these guys, if they're not popping, if they're not doing good, if they're clogging up the thing, because what you're going to do if you put Evan Fournier in there and he's not playing well, and the next game you put him in, he's not playing well, and the game after that he's not playing well, he's got to be benched. You know what I mean? He's going to have to sit on the bench. And what we're going to do with him sitting on the bench now, his stock is dropping down, and his stock is dropping down, and on top of that, we're not getting what he's going to sit on the bench and stink up the team. You know what I mean? So let's see what we can do and how this team. If we can see Evan Fournier, but if we want to see Evan Fournier, Derrick Rose has to be more of a situational player.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. You know, that's how deep the team is. They got They got interchangeable positions. They got guys who can
Facts.
play two. They can play combo positions. A lot of combo wisdom on that team. I mean, it's a lot of guys who deserve minutes. I mean, you got to give the guys minutes who deserve it. And like I said, and to be able to be a good basketball player, you got to have minutes to get rhythm. Basketball is a game of rhythm. If you ain't got the minutes, you ain't going to be in rhythm. Then you ain't going to feel like you can score, you can't shoot, or you can't do this here. The only way you're going to learn is on the court from a physical and mental standpoint. Yeah, you can sit on the bench and observe the game from the bench and learn all the nuances mentally, but you physically need to be out there also playing against competition. So, I mean, in order for the Knicks to be able to play, these guys to develop and to elevate their game, they got to be out there on the court playing. So you're going to have to move. I think for me personally, Fournier is that cog that you got to move out there. You get gone, then you get all three of them guys that we talking about, Cam Reddish, quickly, and
Reddish.
They all get to play. But if you keep Fournier here, two of them dudes ain't gonna play, because you got to remember, it's not only you talking about the amount of bodies, you talking about the minutes. You know what I mean? And you're not giving nobody $18, $19 million to play like Alvarez. They played 10, 12 minutes. And he played 23 minutes a game last year. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna take Fournier and take him from 23 minutes a game to drop him down to 13, 14, 15, making $18 million. You might as well move him. You move him, you free up the spots, and you get it popping. I don't see that. I really don't see that. Now that's why I was wondering with the Donovan Mitchell trade, if that would have went down, that would have cleared up a lot of these problems, because you would have probably been sending out 2 or 3 players and picks, or 3 players, whatever. You would have freed up some roster spots. But being that didn't happen, and right now we're going into training camp with the team the way it's constructed right now, it's not a lot of minutes to go around, because you're going to have to find a way to give Obi Toppin. You're going to have to find a way to give Obi Toppin 20-something minutes. You know what I mean? He ain't going to be able to get 20-something minutes playing behind Julius Randle. Now, and you're going to, then you got, let's say if Cam Reddish pop, then what happens with them? So it's interesting, man. I'm really dying to see what's going to happen shop out of the training camp, because they got to get this thing resolved one way or the other. So between now and the 27th, whatever, the Knicks might pull off something. They might not. But somebody's not going to be happy going into the season if this team, if the team is probably constructed the way it is. It's not going to be some happy campers in New York, man. I just not, because so let's see what the Knicks going to do with that, man. And maybe they make a move. Maybe they make a move to free up a spot. Right now, the way it looked, these guys is here, man. Randall locked in for 4 years. Brunson locked in for 4 years. RJ locked in for 4 years. Mitchell Robinson locked in for 4 years. Them cats right there, that core is locked in. Everybody else on that team, there's no other than Jericho Sims. Ain't nobody else in no 4-year deals. You know what I mean? So you got a lot of two-year deals there, aspiring deals. Like I said, Fournier and Derrick Rose, and even Cam Reddish is an aspiring deal. That's almost $40 million right there. You know what I mean? So, but let's see how it goes, man. It's gonna be really interesting in the next couple of weeks, man. And let's hope that this thing get popping. And yeah, Jarvis, yeah, real talk, man. It's gonna be an interesting battle. Our Mets is in there, Yankees in there, Aaron Judge crushing. Your Braves is tough though, man. They won the World Series last year, Jarvis. So our Mets ain't gonna, we ain't gonna sleep on them. But it's gonna be fun to see both our teams up in there get it popping, man. Good year for New York sports. It really is, man. I'm happy about that. Monday Night Football, Giants and the Cowboys. Y'all already know. Giants and Cowboys Monday night. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, the Giants gonna shock the world Monday night. We got my man Kayvon coming back. If a jury come back out, both of them ends come back. It's gonna be a wrap. Dallas, trust me, I'm telling you. If them two boys come back, now I think they're gonna play. I think Thibodeau definitely playing. Thibodeau playing. So if my man and Jory get back, boy, that defense gonna be. If Wink Martindale had that defense popping off, so I'm excited about that, man. Real talk, Alvarez. Giants look good. Hey, it's a whiteout night, so I'm gonna have to go get me a white Giant something to put on that night. So it's about whiteout, whiteout, some of that nature. So I'm gonna stay tuned to that, man. But but great show, guys. Real talk, man. We appreciate y'all so much coming in here, getting it popping. Sunday, we're gonna do the training camp edition. I think it's gonna be fun. We get it popping, so y'all look for the notification. Y'all look for that, man. That notification, man. Tell a friend, like and subscribe. Hit that button, man. Y'all know what it is. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. We always in the building, but the chat is where it's at. Thank y'all. Without you cats, it ain't even no Knicks Real Talk. Y'all know what it is, man. You cats are the best. Listen, for all you music lovers, I'm gonna drop the new promo in a minute, and y'all check it out for the new show coming up, In the Building with Divine. I got my man Shop Powers on the ad-libs in the joint as always, killing it with doing it that way. It's to be a fun video. Y'all check it out. Y'all let me know. But to the chat, man. Let's get it first. Let my man Shop Powers give me his last word. We're gonna get up out of here because we gotta get ready for the next day, get on our grind. But Shop Powers, holla at me, brother.
I just want to say salute to you, Divine, as always. The chat, thank you guys for coming in here tonight, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Y'all guys are on fire tonight, man. I do like a split screen where I could see the chat and also be on here with you guys. And y'all guys keep this thing popping, man. You keep it, educational, motivational, and inspirational. You know what I mean? So let's get it in the chat. Salute to you guys as always.
Yeah, real talk, man. Let's run it. First and foremost, what I can't say enough. Jarvis, you know my man, Louisiana, always in the building, representing. Always holding us down, man. We're holding us down from day one. Thank you so much. Can't say enough. Eddie Alvarez, man, you're the chat master tonight, my brother. Real talk. Elton Lee, the professor, Chicago, always in the building. Superman, Elton Lee, always holding us down. Met Knicks fan, let's go. Let's get it. We in there with you, man. And Gerard, my man, salute to you. You know how we do on the comments.
Yes,
and I appreciate y'all doing that as well. We here, man. We ain't going nowhere, man. D. Ross, my brother. And first and foremost, let me shout out to my brother CT. The streets are always buzzing. Y'all out there and get it, man. Y'all already know what it is. The streets are buzzing. My man CT, good to see you, man. Good to see you doing well. The show is popping over there. So y'all make sure y'all go hit CT up and get it popping there, man. CT, I'm gonna have you in the building with Divine, man. And, I got to get you on and all that good stuff. But everybody, Nick 100 at GM, salute to you,
yes,
King.
Sir.
Rippy.
Yes, sir,
man. Let's do it, man. Yes, Chef NYK, Sam Holt, Canal. You know what it is, man. You guys is on fire. And Will and Brazil in the building with us today too, man. One real talk. Lily Phillips, salute to you, Lily Phillips. Everybody, man. Your cast is in here. Fabian, that's right, man.
Soul Finger.
Man Child, Toronto in the building.
Knicks 100.
Yes, sir. King Popping NYK.
Yep,
yes,
King
sir.
Ribby.
Yes, sir. Everybody, man. Cash Out, you know what it is. Mr. James in the building with us as well.
Canal,
Knicks Real Talk, man. We ain't here with you guys, man. You know what it is. My man G Money was in the building with us today too, man. Salute to all y'all. But listen, man, we're gonna get a pop. We're gonna get up out of here. Y'all check out the new promo. Then we go out with the regular old intro. But this is what it is, man. It's In the Building with Divine. Little montage promo I'm putting for the new show. Y'all check it out, man. I think the joint is fire. And y'all see this little cameo that's in there from you gotta catch sharp though. You see my man KJ in there. This was opening night at the Knick game. After the Knick game last year with Boston, watch KJ, see if y'all can catch him in this video. He don't even know he in this. I don't even think he know he in this video, period. But here we go, man. In the Building with Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it. We out, man. Peace.
Let's get it.
In the building, yeah. Representing with my peoples right here. In the building, yeah. Representing with my peoples right here.
In the Building with Divine, the podcast, new on behalf of Knicks Real Talk. We got pizzazz, so do the math. We true to the craft, cause real thoughts reveal sports. From the field to the b-ball course, we all support the Knicks, Giants, and Mets. Yankee, Jets, Nets. Frankly, we rep the team, we go hard in the city that never slept. Better yet, it's the hostess the most. No regular post, a swag, ironclad. I that bag for the most. Tell the 9, gotta get that pad for the neck, not growth. Feel my power like stars, I'm out like ghost. Find my name, I'm a toast to the brand, no propaganda, man. Got fans who watch the program, who understand who I am. It's the OG without the Ananobi, man. You know me, and you know the show be popping, hopping like topping in the garden. It's Obi.
In the building, yeah. Representing with my peoples right here. In the building, yeah. I'm representing with my peoples right here. 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 Yeah.
everybody. Peace. There you go. In the building with the vine, man. We out. Y'all enjoy. Let's go, man. Here go the regular one. How we do it. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. We in the building. Peace to the chat, man. Salute. Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. Knicks Real Talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, I'm dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, let my brand salute and pursue. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base, like the lake, after your mace. We create the logo when there's airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Nick City drip. There's any dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.